a lot of people are realists, yet not a lot of people are going to take the risk. Cause why would they? Why would they be so inclined to take a risk they do not know for certain would be a benefit for them? But if you don't take those chances, how are you sure for certain that the benefit is greater than the risk? Think about it. There is no better time than the now. So would you rather limit yourself or take a risk? Would you rather take the risk to be happier or limit yourself in misery? It may be contradictory, but the road to heaven oftentimes feels like hell. Delusion is the gateway to your success. The world calls it crazy, history calls it vision. The only thing that makes it one or the other is whether you quit before it works. Today we're talking about productive delusions. Reframing how you see everything and building a vision so detailed it becomes a map. These are three things that will genuinely shift how you move towards your goals. Stay with me. We are all once delusional about a certain subject or topic in our lives. Some of you reject that fact, but do you truly believe life is survivable if we never had delusions? Like, be for real with yourselves. Our childhood was filled with delusions. Our dreams were delusions. Delusions are dreams that we never achieved. Delusions are the first step into progress. Think about the time when humanity was in the era of invention. Anyone who'd ever tried making something new were most often than not told they were crazy. They were delusional. If they can be delusional back then, how come we can't be delusional at all now? It may not be the same shape or form or size, but in some degree we can be delusional. And here's the thing, delusions are always seen as bad as a whole. But not a lot of people realize that we are delusional at the start. That's literally why we have dreams of becoming our future self. I realized this without my friends around. I perform like an average person, but the moment my friends are involved, I give everything. Not because they are pushing me, but because I want to be better than them, despite them already having a higher result than me. That's a delusion. I'm telling myself I can beat them before it's even proven, and that delusion, it drives me. Delusions are oftentimes used in the lens of spite or competitiveness, especially when you're up against survival of your body. And if you can have dreams to grow up and have a job you wanted and be spiteful or competitive, then how come we can't do that with our own goals? Because delusions are not seen as motivators. That's the problem. Productive delusion is the right kind of delusion to have, and it's one, if not the sole fact, that makes an average person become a successful one. It's oftentimes the source of power you will use when motivation fails. Delusions as a whole are treated negatively and can be really blamed someone for it, but that doesn't give us the right to fully reject delusions. We can be more productive with delusions if we simply reframe it. Reframing is also something I notice isn't being talked about, and honestly, it should be. It's a tool a lot of people should have. Our views in it of itself is flawed naturally, but with another perspective, we can truly comprehend it, or at least gain another understanding of it. It's like playing an old retro game with camera angles and modern angles. Best reference I can think out of the top of my head is old and modern Resident Evil games with their angled cameras and third-person view. Another one is speedrunners. How can speedrunners find glitches that skip contents of a game like Ultra Kill? They had to reframe. They had to look in a different perspective to find that glitch or bug. I discovered reframing when I was playing Ultra Kill and trying to P-rank the layers in it. Instead of trying to do everything at once, I reframed my performance first on kills and style, then points, then not dying at all at each try. You can't P-rank a level if you don't get an S rank on style, point, time, and while not dying at once. And I also discovered it when I was reading The Unfettered Mind by Taquan Shoho during the holiday season. It was really hard for me to comprehend the details of it from my own perspective and view until I looked at it from a perspective that wasn't mine. And that personally helped me more than just understanding the book itself. It's like a problem-sum question or a question you need to imagine. It's difficult at first, but over time your mind will be more flexible. It'll be more understanding. You could comprehend angles you wouldn't usually understand. Better yet, you can make connections between the angles so you have a map to use, becoming a speedrunner. By reframing anything you see, you can comprehend and understand anything with unbiased views, effectively giving you pure information to use. Reframing is difficult at first, but naturally, you gain a better understanding of it the more you use it. Not delusional visions, but clear-cut, precise, detailed vision. If you are able to fully envision our future in such a way, then we finally have the first out of the three pillars to living out to our fullest potential. Vision is the same as a map. It marks your end, but it is far better to have a detailed map than a sketch. It forces your mind to place yourself in the end, what it feels like, what it looks like, what it feels like living within it. When you first start a game, your map will be empty because you never explored the area they are locked or haven't been there before, like Assassin's Creed's synchronization or Red Dead Redemption 2's map drawing system. So how do you start? First, mark where you are right now and imagine every single detail, feeling, perspective, not only first but third person too. Imagine every single detail you can, because that will be how detailed your map is. I had a lover's dream, not the one where you can't see them, one where you can see the person and experience and feel everything in that dream. I have never felt such love, vulnerability, and happiness before. That felt unreal to me. Of course, like all dreams, I woke up and that gave me the realization that I am ultimately a fucking ass to date. So in order to achieve that level of happiness, love, and vulnerability, I have to map out what I need to do, from big actions to small actions, to gradually and ultimately achieve that goal. After all, I already marked down what I needed to do for small actions of the day on the daily that will compound on the big actions, and eventually I will achieve that state of being in my dating life. You just got to place those waypoints between the checkpoints in the map, just like how you know you need to hit a certain goal. For example, 30 push-ups in one go. I could only do 5 back in 2024, and now I can do 25 in one go despite not doing push-ups. How did I get there? How did I get that? By working out consistently. I'm doing incline bench press, flat bench press, and those who work the same muscles as a push-up does. Every action you take is relative to your goals. It's just whether you start without a direction or go towards the path you want to go. Having a detailed version is oftentimes a nice dream to have, but with so much details in it, you are bound to start wanting more of it in your life. So here's what we covered. Productive delusions. Not the kind that breaks you, but the kind that drives you when motivation is long gone. Reframing, the tool that gives you unbiased, clean information to work with when your natural view is blocking you. And vision, your detailed map, the one that marks your end and reminds you exactly why you're on this path. These are your 3 pillars, and if you are able to fully envision our future in such a way, we finally have the foundation to living to our fullest potential. Live in the moment, live at the moment, be yourself, be free. If any of these hit, like the video, if one more of this, subscribe. I'm not going to beg you, but if this is the kind of stuff you want to keep seeing, you know what to do.